world of wine is a fascinating journey. So many different regions, grapes, and producers from around the world. It's also a highly rewarding one. There's just so much to discover.
Our goal is to help make that journey easier. Rather than trying to learn everything at once, we'll focus on some main styles and common grapes. Once you're comfortable with that, you're well on your way to a lifetime of enjoyment.
We'll also talk about food pairings as well, because there's nothing better than enjoying different wines with friends over a great meal.
We'll start with white wines. While there are literally thousands of different Vitis vinifera, there are a few main ones to focus on. Knowing these different varietals can make your wine enjoyment so much more fun.
White wine styles fall into two main categories: crisp, light, and dry, or big, rich, and oaky.
Light citrusy grapes are usually grown in cooler regions. Cooler weather brings up acidity in the grapes, which translates to flavors such as lemon, green apple, lime, and grapefruit.
They're usually fermented in stainless steel, which brings out more of those delicious tangy flavors. They tend to be lighter in color, lower in alcohol, and usually taste best from recent vintages, since you want those fresh fruit flavors to shine through.
A favorite grape that might fall into this category is Sauvignon Blanc, which grows well in New Zealand, Bordeaux, and the Loire Valley. It shows citrus and grassy notes, and even touches of flint and minerality.
Italy's Pinot Grigio is another popular grape. In France they call it Pinot Gris, while Austria and Germany call it Grauburgunder. But for many countries it's fantastic. Gewürztraminer is another white grape that we like so much to splash around. Spicy floral aromas, touched with a little bit of lychee and fig. It's light and easy to enjoy. I like it with sushi, fruit dishes, and lunch.
Riesling is a famous grape that also falls in the tropical fruit category. It can be dry, or it can be sweet. If it's sweet, you'll notice it at the tip of your tongue, which is the best place on your palate to detect residual sugar.
More wines to look for in the crisp, dry style include Picpoul de Pinet from the south of France and Vinho Verde from Portugal.
Food pairings include seafood, soft cheeses like brie, Asian dishes, or anything with a bit of spice to it. Salty foods go well with citrusy wines too, such as scallops, oysters, and of course, marlin crab.
Rich, bolder whites have a very different set of flavors. They almost always come from warmer areas around the world, and generally see some sort of oak influence. Oak brings different contributions to the wine: toast, vanilla, woody aromas, even notes of butter.
Chardonnay is a great example. In addition to the noticeable oakiness, you'll find plenty of fruit flavors such as peach, apricot, melon, and red apple.
Warmer areas such as California and Australia usually have higher alcohol and more oak influence, while cooler areas such as Washington State and the famous Burgundy region rely a little less on oak, since they want the fruit flavors to be the main focus.
Other examples of heavier bodied whites include Chenin Blanc and Rhone Valley's Viognier, one of our favorite choices because of the floral, apple, and cantaloupe fragrances. These wines pair well with foods such as turkey, chicken, fried fish, pasta and cream sauces, and pork.
The category of dry rosé is absolutely on fire, and that's a great thing. Very few wine choices offer this type of wide diversity in flavors, styles, and food pairings.
Rosé wines are made from the same grapes as red wines. They just have less skin contact during fermentation. After harvesting and crushing the grapes, the freshly pressed skins are allowed to soak in the juice for a period of time, and that's what gives red and rosé wines their color. The longer the skins soak in the grape juice, the deeper the colors, power, fruit extraction, and tannin levels.
Believe it or not, the same grapes that made this wine also made this one.
That's why you always see a wide range of colors on the rosé shelves. Different grapes spending different amounts of times with their skins absorbing color. Softer colors usually mean lighter bodied wines, while darker colors indicate slightly fuller body, with more noticeable upfront fruit and tannin.
Food pairings for rosé wines are as diverse as their colors. They go with just about everything. It's one of the reasons why they're so popular all year round. So feel free to experiment with your favorite foods.
Wines can also fall into a number of different styles. We'll keep it simple and focus on the lighter bodied grapes versus richer, heavier bodied styles.
Light-bodied reds are usually found in cooler climates, and they often have more red versus dark fruit flavors and a hint of earthiness to them. Pinot Noir is the first grape that comes to mind, usually found in Burgundy, Oregon, and New Zealand. California makes them too, a little heavier in body because of the warmer climate.
Matches well with mushroom dishes, risottos, turkey and chicken. That little hint of earth mixed with fruit makes this wine very special.
Gamay is the main grape of Beaujolais. Some of the best values in the store are in this section. They match up well with ham, pizza, lean cuts of beef and turkey. It's also great with salmon.
Sangiovese is the grape that makes Chianti the wine that made Tuscany so famous. It's another light to medium bodied varietal, excellent with pasta, pizza, calzone, and lasagna. The natural acidity of the red fruit in the wine pairs up very nicely with tomato sauces. And you have to use your hands when you talk about it. Sangiovese. Mwah.
Moving on to heavier red wines, they almost always come from warmer weather areas, Rhone Valley, Australia, California, Bordeaux, and others. These include grapes such as Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Red Zinfandel, to name a few. Steaks, stews, hearty cheeses, juicy burgers, these are all good choices.
Italian grapes such as Nebbiolo, Barbera, and Montepulciano range between medium and heavy bodied, and they pair very well with food. The jammy, spicy, dark fruit flavors are just so easy to enjoy with different dishes such as cheese, stews, and meatloaf.
Some areas of the world often blend full-bodied red grapes together, coming up with unique flavors and exciting styles. We love exploring the Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre blends from Rhone Valley and Languedoc. Pair these wines with highly marbled, protein-rich dishes such as lamb, ossobuco, duck, and flank steak.
Tempranillo and Garnacha are some of Spain's hardier red wines. You'll find them in areas such as Rioja and Ribera del Duero. Rich and full-bodied with black cherry, spice, and cedar aromas.
These Spanish wines are also packed with spicy plum flavors and even hints of cocoa. They're great choices for tenderloin, blackened chicken, and anything off the grill.
We're just touching on some of the many wines you'll find in your local wine shop. We'll be back again soon to talk about more styles, food pairing suggestions, and service tips. So until then, take care.